Hey guys, it's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Let me see. This video tonight is going to be about, like, when I do my hair today, it's kind of funny. I don't know if I like it or not. I did a super, super high pony, and then I put this bracelet, this beaded bracelet in my hair, like as a ponytail. I don't know. I'm rocking it, whatever. I kind of feel like Valley Girl-ish, like, hey, what's up? um, and, um, Okay, so this video tonight is going to be about, oh God, I have to tell you my drama, you guys. Drama. I have this mark on my face. I don't know what this is. It's like a red mark. I don't know what that is. Huh. That's really weird. I'm staring at it the whole time. Is it annoying you? It's annoying me. It's really annoying me. Anyway, so, scary, scary stuff happened today at Chris's household. Oh my God, you guys. I was on the phone with a friend, and before we moved in here, they remodeled everything, right? And the boyfriend did like all new baseboards, all new electric baseboards or whatever, and thermostats. Well, one of these thermostats, I'm sitting on the phone with a friend, and all of a sudden I hear this like pop, like this big kind of, like, you know, like when you blow up like a plastic bag and you pop it. It sounded just like that, and I was like, what is that? And all of a sudden I started smelling like this burning plastic smell. And I'm like, oh my God, you're not going to believe like what just happened at my house. And I'm kind of describing it. I'm just going, oh, what is that smell? Like, it was really, really, really gross, right? So I turned the heat off. You know, it's one of those cheap dial ones, right? So I turn it off, and my landlord happened to come over today, and I mentioned it to her, and she's like, well, maybe it was something like stuck in the, you know, in the register or whatever. And I was like, no, there's nothing even back there. You know, like all the cords that I have are all zip tied and away from it, you know, and I'm like, there's nothing back there. So like, I couldn't figure it out. So she says, well, you know, have Marin look at it, because Marin's an electrician. She goes, have Marin look at it, and then we will, you know, replace it. So I, you know, measured the baseboard, thinking it's like the baseboard, right? And so Marin comes home, and I explained it to him. So then I tried to turn the heat on again, like, you know, and it wasn't turning on, like it wasn't registering. So I was like, that's really weird. So I turned it back off, whatever, because all I'm still smelling is this plasticky smell. And I'm going, what? I don't get it. Like, what's going on? So Marin comes home, and I said, it smells plasticky. And he just went right up to the thermostat and sniffed it. And he's like, it's this. He goes, this blue, the thermostat part. I'm like, what? So he takes it off. You guys, I have pictures of this. I should post the pictures in this video. The wires were melted, okay? He was so pissed, okay? Because he works for heavy-duty electrical, and he was just like, he goes, none of these wires were put in correctly. Like, they were put in correctly, but the connections weren't made. So the wires were rubbing, and they, you know, shorted out, but they were all scorched and burned. He's like, luckily the inside of the thermostat had a metal housing, because if it had a plastic one, he's like, this would have gone like right through the wall. Like, you would have had a fire. Like, you know, we would have had a fire. Absolutely. So I call the landlord, and I was like, I'm kind of freaking out at this point. So he's like, so now he's pulling all the thermostats out, right? Because we have 7 of them. He's pulling them all out, and he's like, this one's okay. He's like, nope, kitchen one's not any good, you know, all this other stuff, because he's checking the connections, you know? And I'm like, oh my God. And he is pissed. He's like, you know, he's like, if anybody did a job like this, you know, in a residence, he's like, they'd get arrested. He goes, this is horrible, all this other kind of stuff. And I am kind of having to like calm him down. I'm like, let me call the landlord and talk to her and see what she wants us to do. So I texted her, and she didn't call me back. So he's like, I'm going to Home Depot and I'm getting all new thermostats and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I need to talk to her first to find out how much it's going to cost because, you know, she's either got to take it out of the rent or whatever, but I don't know what she wants to do. Does she just want to replace the one? So I talked to her. And then he talked to the guy her boyfriend who put stuff in, right? And he was explaining that they're not up to code. They're just not, you know, how they were done wrong. They're not the right grade. They're not up to code, whatever. So, so I get back on the phone. Oh, so they hang up, right? So obviously he wants to talk numbers, you know, with her or whatever. She's the owner. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't own the place. He's not on the mortgage or anything like that. So, and they're super, super, super sweet. So, like, don't get me wrong. So, Marin's, like, he's got his coat on. Like, he's ready out the door. He's going to Home Depot. Like, he's just, like, you know. So, he's showing it to me, and he's pulling all these wires out, and he's just getting more angry and more angry. And I'm like, well, hon, can you go around, just check all the connections, and if they're fine, put them back. You know what I mean? He goes, why? He goes, these thermostats are the cheapest thermostats you can get. He goes, look at the connections on the, you know, actual thermostat. Like, they were basically kind of, like, glued on. That's how they were made. You know, they weren't even really soldered on. He's like, it was horrible. So, he's like, these things are just not, you know, they're not safe. I mean, this is obviously, you know, how people take the cheap way out and whatever. And, you know, I said, well, you know, I mean, yeah, if you're going to rent a place, you know, and you're renovating, I mean, you're going to do, you know, try to do a nice job, but of course you're going to cut corners or he goes, not with electrical. No, not with electrical. So he goes, now I'm worried about my family. He's like, you know, and you know, you and Dante, he goes, what if you went upstairs to take a nap, you know, or something like that. And, you know, he goes, so he went to the circuit breaker. He said, well, the good thing is the circuit breaker did trip, so you would have been fine. But still, I mean, it was all scorched, and he was showing me. So I called her back. I said, listen, Marin's headed out the door to Home Depot. I said, because he wants to replace every single one of these because he says they're not up to grade. They're, you know, they're not the right kind. You know, getting into all this electrical stuff, right? So she says, so I said to her, listen, we'll split the cost. Like, whatever the cost is, we'll split it. We'll get the thermostats. He will install them himself, and because he's an electrician, so he obviously knows what, you know, how to do it, and we'll split the cost. And she's like, no. She's like, whatever you have to do, go do it. And, you know, and I'm saying to her, I'm so sorry because, you know, like, I, you know, they just had a baby and everything. And I'm like, I'm really not trying to be a pain at all, but, you know, this is a safety issue here now, you know? So she's like, no, absolutely not. She's like, you know, we'll pay for it. I'll take it off the rent, you know, just give me the receipt, whatever. And she's like, well, how much, you know, because at first she was like, how much are you thinking? And I'm like, well, the ones I was looking at that he says like are up to grade are like $50 a piece. These ones were like $20 a piece. So she's like, I said, and there's like 7 of them. So that's like $350, like right there. So that's when they wanted to talk numbers, you know, whatever. So when I called her back, she's like, no, you know what? I thought about it. It's whatever. Just do it. She says, I know, you know, because Marin got on the phone. He says, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't leave your family in this situation either. He goes, I just wouldn't, you know, or anything like that. He goes, we're willing to pay half. And she's like, absolutely not. I mean, you know, really, really, really super duper duper sweet. So that was our night. So we went out to Home Depot and we bought thermostats, and we got these, you know, like they are programmable, and I just wanted a digital thermostat where I could see what the temperature was. You know what I mean? Where you're getting an actual temperature, you know, you're not guessing and all that other kind of stuff, because everything in here is electric. So the electric bill is quite high. So it's like, you know, anyway, so that was my drama for the day. It freaked me out. Like, not a lot of things freak me out, and this really freaked me out. I was like, when I saw those burnt wires, and like I said, I sent her pictures of them, and I was like, whoa, she saw the pictures, she was like, whoa, like, you know, like, yeah, it's not good, it's pretty crazy. So, anyway, that was the drama for the night. So, then he spent, you know, another Because she said no. She's like, I'm so happy that he's willing to do it. And, you know, I don't have to hire somebody. So she's like, please don't even think twice about it, about splitting it. Nothing. No. Because she's like, you know, if I had to hire somebody, then it would be the labor and all that other stuff. She's like, if he's willing to do it for 7 thermostats, like, you know. Anyway, it all turned out fine and great and whatever. I haven't spoken to her because it got late. I mean, we were there till like they were closing. So, and then we had to come home, and then he had to do all this stuff, and he had worked all day. He just sat down. In fact, he wasn't even through the door, and I told him what happened. And so then we were kind of out the door. And anyway, so it was just kind of crazy. But so there was a craziness here today. So yeah, it was like I said, it was pretty scary. But anyway, I'm trying to put my hair back a little bit so I don't look so, like, valley girlish. So what I wanted to do, because I've gotten so many new subscribers, and I did this, I don't know how many months ago it was, but it was a Ask Me Anything video. And I really, really, really wanted to do that again, because I have so many new subscribers, and, you know, it was so much fun last time. I've said before, my videos are always 100% honest. My reviews are 100% honest. I'm 100% honest. You know, I really am an open book. So, you know, if you are on Facebook or anything like that and you've heard stuff about me, you know what? Come to me, ask me, because it's probably not true. If it's true, I'll tell you it's true. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever, I'll tell you it's true. If it's not true, you know, I'll tell you that also. But it's kind of funny. So I like doing these videos, but I really like, because I really love connecting with you guys. And you guys are my friends. You know what I mean? Like, you're not just my subscribers, you're my friends. And I just love, and a lot of people, I'll post a video and a lot of people will say, oh, you know, tell me about your tattoos, or, you know, what do they mean, or whatever, tell me this and tell me, and I kind of feel like I always try and answer, but sometimes the questions I feel like distract from the video, maybe, I don't really know, like if I'm doing a vendor spotlight video or something and somebody asks me a personal question or whatever, you know what I mean, like I just kind of like, you know, maybe not the time or place for it, kind of thing. I don't really know. I always try to answer, but still. So I want to do another Ask Me Anything video. So this video is open to everybody. Ask me anything. Post your questions down below, and I'm going to leave this open for, I don't know, like a week to 10 days, something to that effect or whatever. And and at the end of that time, I will do another video answering the questions. So, you know, I'll have the 2 screens kind of going at one time, and, you know, just go from there, and just, you know, I'll answer all your questions. The only one rule is my kids. Obviously, you can ask about my kids, that's fine, but you know what I mean? Like, personal things about my kids is off limits, obviously. Anything else? Anything. I mean, seriously, anything, I will answer it. So, like I said, I've done it before, so much fun, answered 100% honestly, we'll do it again. It was a blast. So for my new subscribers who haven't had a chance to do this with me, I just thought it would be really, really great to do. So that's just kind of the thing. Post down below here, this video, any questions you want to ask me. Like I said, open book, you know my one rule, I already stated it. And other than that, go for it. I mean, serious. Boxers or briefs, like anything. I don't care. I'll answer it. It's so much fun. So have fun with it, guys, because it's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a party. I'm excited. So I'll talk to you guys later. Cannot wait to start getting your questions. This is a blast, let me tell you. So I'll talk to you later. Mwah.